There was a monkey born from a celestial stone created at the beginning of the universe. He mastered a transformative magic called the 72 transformations, allowing him to soar through the clouds and travel 108,000 miles with a single somersault. He was highly skilled in martial arts and once single-handedly challenged 100,000 celestial soldiers. Later, after wreaking havoc in the heavenly palace, he was imprisoned under the Five-Finger Mountain by the Buddha for 500 years. Eventually, he was rescued by a monk and accompanied him on a journey to the west to obtain sacred scriptures. This monkey is the famous Monkey King, Sun Wukong, from Journey to the West. In today's video, we will explore the thrilling story of the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. In Chinese mythology, the world was created by a god named Pangu, who split the heavens and the earth. After his death, his body and organs transformed into the various elements of the universe. Pangu is thus known as the creator god who shaped the cosmos. It is said that during the creation of the world by Pangu, a remnant stone fell into the Saha world, landing on Flower Fruit Mountain in the Aulai country of the eastern continent. This celestial stone absorbed the essence of the sun and moon over many years and eventually gave birth to life. One day, the stone cracked open, revealing a stone egg. When the wind blew on the egg, it transformed into a stone monkey. Upon its birth, the stone monkey's eyes emitted two beams of divine light that shot up to the heavens, startling the Jade Emperor. This stone monkey would later become Sun Wukong. After the stone monkey was born, he possessed a physique much stronger than that of ordinary monkeys. As a result, he subdued the entire monkey tribe on Flower Fruit Mountain and became the Monkey King in their base, the Water Curtain Cave. The Monkey King enjoyed a life of leisure on Flower Fruit Mountain for 30 to 40 years. One day, while he was playing with the other monkeys, an old monkey suddenly collapsed and died in front of him. The Monkey King learned from the other monkeys that the old monkey had died of old age, marking his first encounter with the concept of death. The Monkey King decided to seek a way to achieve immortality. He crossed the ocean from the eastern continent and spent over 10 years to reach the western continent, where he apprenticed under the sage Putizu Shur, also known as Master Bodhi. The sage gave the Monkey King the name Sun Wukong and had him spend 7 years learning basic duties, social etiquette, and manners. Later, the sage taught Wukong the secrets of immortality at night. To help Wukong avoid disasters, the sage also taught him the 72 transformations and the cloud somersault technique. After mastering these skills, Wukong showed off in front of his senior brothers. The sage, after reprimanding and warning him, expelled him. In truth, the sage had taught Wukong all he could and knew that his small temple was not a suitable place for Wukong to stay permanently, so he found an excuse to let him go. After mastering his skills and returning to the mountain, Sun Wukong defeated monsters and demons within 100 miles radius. However, he often found himself at a disadvantage in battles due to the lack of proper weapons. Therefore, he decided to seek out a powerful weapon. Upon hearing that the Dragon Palace in the Eastern Sea housed a divine weapon, Wukong resolved to visit the Dragon King of the Eastern Sea and obtain this weapon. The Dragon King heard of Wukong's various misdeeds. In order to avoid offending him, he reluctantly introduced Wukong to the divine weapons he possessed, but none of them caught Wukong's eye. Feeling embarrassed, The Dragon King then presented to Wukong the most powerful weapon in the entire Dragon Palace, the Rui Jiangu Bong, a golden cudgel weighing around 7.5 tons. It is said that the Rui Jiangu Bong was a divine treasure made of heavenly iron left behind by Yu the Great during his efforts to control the floods, and it was crafted by the Supreme Elder Lord. Sun Wukong was delighted upon hearing this. The Dragon King told him that if he could take away the golden cudgel, it would be his. This statement implied that the Dragon King doubted Wukong's ability to successfully take the golden cudgel away. However, Wukong demonstrated his unparalleled ability. He could change the size of the Rui Jiangu Bong at will. He shrunk it down to the size of an embroidery needle and hid it in his ear. The Dragon King instantly regretted his words, but he couldn't stop Wukong. He could only watch helplessly as Wukong defeated his shrimp soldiers and crab generals and left the Dragon Palace. Due to Wukong taking the Rui Jiangu Bong, severe floods occurred on the ground. The Dragon King harbored resentment and reported to the Heavenly Court, blaming Wukong for the disaster and requesting the Jade Emperor to apprehend him. When the Jade Emperor hesitated, Tai Bai Jin Xing advised against provoking Sun Wukong, noting that he was born from celestial stone and belonged to the immortal realm, not an ordinary monkey. It was best to avoid antagonizing him if possible. When Sun Wukong reached the age of 342, his lifespan came to an end, and he was apprehended by the underworld emissaries and taken to the underworld. Despite Wukong's pleading, the just and impartial King Yama refused to grant him clemency, which angered Wukong. He rampaged through the underworld, injuring numerous underworld emissaries and burning the Book of Life and Death, which controls the fate of all beings, in order to secure eternal life for himself and his monkey subjects. King Yama reported Sun Wukong's havoc in the underworld to the Heavenly Court, and the Jade Emperor was furious with Wukong's repeated misdeeds. However, just as he was about to launch a punitive expedition against Wukong, Tai Bai Jin Xing suggested that instead of making an enemy, they should recruit Wukong into the Heavenly Court. Thus, the Jade Emperor decided to offer Wukong a position in heaven. Sun Wukong was summoned to heaven by the Jade Emperor and deceived into accepting the position of Bima Woon. Believing Bima Woon to be a high-ranking title, Wukong gladly accepted. 15 days later, he discovered that the position merely involved tending horses. Enraged, Wukong stormed out of the southern Heavenly Gate and returned to Flowers and Fruit Mountain. There, following the advice of the Monkey Horde and Demon Kings, Wukong declared himself the Great Sage Equal to Heaven, a title that would echo throughout the heavens and earth. Tai Bai Jin Xing once again suggested bringing Wukong back, believing that Wukong's anger stemmed from his dissatisfaction with the lowly position. He proposed that they offer Wukong a nominal but prestigious title this time, the Great Sage Equal to Heaven. Upon hearing that heaven was bestowing upon him the title of Great Sage Equal to Heaven, Sun Wukong gladly accepted and was assigned to oversee the Peaches of Immortality Garden. Accustomed to an adventurous life, Wukong could not settle for a routine existence. Rebellious by nature, he not only neglected his duties in the Peaches of Immortality Garden, but also began stealing and eating the peaches and drinking the celestial wine. He even went so far as to steal the Supreme Elder Lord's elixirs. Ultimately, he disrupted the Queen Mother's peach banquet, causing a great calamity. The Jade Emperor was utterly enraged and ordered Li Jing, the pagoda-bearing Heavenly King, to lead an army of 100,000 celestial soldiers to capture the demon monkey, Sun Wukong. Wukong consecutively defeated numerous divine generals, including 5 heavenly kings, giant spirit god, and Neza the third prince. He also used his cloning technique to overcome the 100,000 celestial soldiers. The defeated celestial soldiers returned to heaven. This battle made Sun Wukong famous throughout the world. Unwilling to concede, the Jade Emperor sent his nephew, Earl Longshan, to capture Sun Wukong. Earl Longshan led his troops to Flowers and Fruit Mountain and battled Wukong for 300 rounds, with neither gaining the upper hand. In the end, the rear of Flowers and Fruit Mountain was left undefended, allowing celestial soldiers to set the mountain ablaze. With the lives of his monkey subjects in peril, Wukong lost his will to fight and was captured. After being captured, Wukong was brought to the demon-slaying platform for execution. However, because he had previously consumed the Supreme Elder Lord's elixirs, his body had turned into an indestructible form. Consequently, all forms of punishment were ineffective against him. In the end, the Supreme Elder Lord placed him into the alchemy furnace for 49 days. Contrary to the intended effect, this ordeal granted Wukong a pair of fiery golden eyes, enabling him to see through the true forms of all demons. Wukong was not turned to ashes, but instead kicked over the alchemy furnace, sending the Supreme Elder Lord tumbling head over heels. He then caused havoc in heaven once more, wielding his Rui Jingu Bong and defeating all deities in his path. He fought his way to the Hall of Perfect Brilliance, where he confronted the Jade Emperor. Amidst the fierce battle, the Buddha appeared. Wukong, failing in his contest of powers with the Buddha, ultimately could not escape the Buddha's grasp and was trapped under the Five Fingers Mountain. After being trapped under the Five Finger Mountain for 500 years, Sun Wukong was rescued by Tharng Shanzhong and accepted him as his master. Tharng Shanzhong named him Xingzhe, hence he is also known as Sun Xingzhe. From then on, they embarked on the journey to the west to obtain scriptures. It's an incredibly exciting adventure. In the future, I will produce videos introducing various monsters, presenting the entire journey to the west story. So, be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss my future updates. In the conclusion of Journey to the West, Tharng Shanzhong, Sun Wukong, and their other companions endured 81 trials, overcoming countless hardships to finally reach the sacred land of Mount Ling. There, they paid homage to the Buddha and obtained the true scriptures. Due to Sun Wukong's monumental contributions, he was honored with the title of Victorious Fighting Buddha. Zhu Bajiat, Sha Wujing, and the White Dragon Horse were also bestowed titles, thus fulfilling the prophecy of the 5 sages achieving enlightenment and sharing eternal bliss. This magnificent ending beautifully concludes Journey to the West. Even today, the legendary story of Sun Wukong continues to be passed down. If you enjoy my channel, please help by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you won't miss my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching until the end, and I'll see you next time.